else we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show where we talk about sports with comedians. And boy, do we got a lot of comics to talk about, to talk to, and get the show started. Let me start out with Mo, the comedian, Maurice Smith. Mo, what's happening, Mo? How you doing, sir?
Yep, here we go. You see that? Yep, here we go.
Get that broom out. Let me start.
Damn right.
Let's get the other comedian in the building, Damian Jones. D. Jones, how you doing, sir? Bro, it's all right. Let me bring in filmmaker Jason Hayes. Jay, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
I'm good, man. D. Jones is a pure hater, bro.
Yeah. They all haters.
Pure hater.
Yeah. He'd be all right. All us haters would be all right. We'd be all right. We're gonna bring in white chocolate in a little bit. We got a lot.
Oh my God.
So Howie Bell, first of all, before you get the show started, man, I want to say a huge congratulations to Howie Bell and his daughter's graduating today, man. Y'all know how much of a huge accomplishment that is, man, when your kids graduate. So shout out to Howie Bell. Congratulations, sir. I want to do that for you right there, sir. All right, so let's get ready to get the show started out, man. Mo, you're gonna be up first, man, because I got something to talk about, Mo. Let me put you in the right position, Mo. Let me do like I normally do everybody else. Boom. There we go here. Okay, Mo. So I don't know if you got a chance to see this, Mo, but Naomi Osaka ended up hosting a pre-French Open black party dinner with Coco Gauff, Gael Monfils, Taylor Townsend, Christopher Eubanks, Asia Muhammad, and other black tennis stars. She did it Saturday night, and when she did it, I think it was Friday night. I'm sure the night. I have white chocolate check. The critics accused the four-time Grand Slam champion of being exclusionary. And of course, Osaka defended her dinner party, saying that she had been going to these type of dinner parties before when they were all white, and she was sitting there saying that she didn't felt it was exclusionary. So, what's your take on this, Mo?
She said the right thing. They got this. They got the all white dinner. They got the all white leave. They got the all white, all this all white stuff. As soon as black people do something that's all black, we being exclusionary. We damn right we being exclusionary. We don't want y'all involved. We want people who know how to eat fried chicken.
Hilarious. So at the end of the day, I mean, you know, one way of looking at it. D. Jones, what's your take on this, sir?
I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is the topic we should talk about all day. This is very, very critical to sports. This is a major topic, and I think it needs all of our time and attention. and I think she's a beautiful young lady. I also feel like she's great at tennis. You know, she was born in 2002, right? And I remember, it's a long story. I remember when I met her for the first time. And
man, stop trying to stall.
and she was born in 97. She's not
Stop stalling.
22. Why'd you have the fact check?
Like this dude is trying to stall. We're gonna get to the Knicks, bro. We're gonna get to the Knicks. So
Trying to stall.
Let's get that out the way.
we're gonna get to the Knicks. Filmmaker Jason Hayes, man, what's your take on Naomi Osaka hosting a pre-French Open black party dinner?
So this is when I just tee to myself, because first off, white people act like they accustomed to eating seasoned food. That's first off. And then second off, you know how many parties they have where it's not a single black person there that's not wearing, that's not carrying a tray?
Yeah, I'm sure of that. You know
what I'm saying? But that's the thing, that I say all the time about they won't leave us alone, bro. Like they love to say, why don't you put yourself by your bootstraps? Well, every time we do it, here you come showing up, messing things up for us, man. Like, no, we don't care if you're there or not. And this is a prime example. She threw her own party. It was a smashing success, and none of them was there. So now they want to demand that they get invited the next time because it's reverse racism or whatever that is.
I'm willing to bet, I'm going on record right now, I'm willing to bet this thing could be huge if she continues to do it every year. You know what I mean? It could be really huge. It can get sponsors. It could be at an event. I'm willing to bet it could be really, really, if she continues to do it. You know what I mean?
Bro, she should make it like super black. Like she only like invite like Africans and Haitians. You know what I'm saying?
Or and
Like-
prestige Hollywood people. Like I'm sure that will come. You know what I mean? If she
Like
doesn't-
me and you couldn't even go there. That's how black it needs to be.
It should be so black, light-skinned people not even invited.
Right,
No.
light skinned people. She the only light skinned
Like,
person.
like, what's the name? Steph Curry can't even get in. He too light-skinned.
Nah,
He too dark.
you ain't got no-
Steph Curry, yeah, he too light skinned.
There are enough black people in tennis to start differentiating between shades. Nah. But let's talk about this next thing, man. Before we get to the NBA, we gotta talk about this Ray J thing because everybody keeps sending me this Ray J clip and fight. I ain't know nothing, Mo. I ain't know nothing about it. Hopefully you know something about
I
it.
didn't either.
Me neither.
But then I saw the clip and everything else, and my wife was telling me in the car as we was racing here that the guy was supposed to pretend to get knocked out and pretend to go down and ended up knocking out Ray J. It's one of the funniest things I see. I don't know about you, Mo, but this is one of the funniest things, and we only talk about it because it was boxing, it was a sport. What's your take on this, Mo?
I didn't see the clip. I had some really serious things running around today, but I just want to say one thing. You know what? Ray J keeps himself relevant. He keeps himself relevant. Good, bad, or indifferent. Shout out to Ray J for just having a topic so people can talk about him. He keeps himself relevant. Now, was it stupid? Yeah, get out the ring, man. Somebody told you to go down and you go down? That's a damn shame.
D. Jones, somebody sent me this meme of saying, look at Ray J grow a titty on his head. And then I didn't understand what they were talking about until after the punch landed.
Yeah. So the guy, the first round, the dude wasn't even throwing no punches. He was just playing with Ray J.
He was?
Second
Okay.
round, if you see the punch in slow motion, his Ray J eyes was like, uh-oh.
And his leg said, let's go and lay down.
Yeah, the announcer was the funniest part because Ray J like, we both lost. It sounded like they was putting money on Ray J, and my man probably was like, no, I'm putting money on me. And the announcer was like, shut up, look at your face.
Bro, I cried when I literally just saw the clip on my way here. I was crying. I was crying.
God.
I didn't even I didn't even realize it was a real thing. Like I didn't know nothing about it. Tell me what you thought.
Okay, first off, I was surprised that Ray J was fighting because he's supposed to have been dead 8 months ago, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's supposed to be, yeah.
He's been dying. He's been dying for heart failure. So you tell me what heart failure person can train from an MMA fight and go out and fight. But then again, maybe his heart did give out on him after that punch because he went
Or maybe
to
he
sleep.
didn't train.
He went to sleep.
Did y'all see Chris Brown?
No, I didn't see him.
He was there. So they interviewed him before the fight. He said, Ray J, do not die.
It was hilarious.
But listen, he lost to a dude who called himself Super Hot Fire.
Yeah, he did. And it was and that was funny.
Terrible.
All right, let's talk about the NBA now. Let's get ready to jump into it. Maurice Smith, the Knicks defeated the Cavs. They got a 4-game sweep. And Mo, before I throw it to you, I want to say this. I want to give kudos to Jalen Brunson listen, I'm not a New York Knicks fan. I can't stand the Knicks. Everybody knows I hate the Knicks. But I got to give kudos and credit to Jalen Brunson because he became a different player when he went to the New York Knicks. And I want to ask you, Mo, you're a Knicks fan. Is Jalen Brunson now the new king in New York? Does he supplement all like Melo and everybody except Bernard King? I don't think he gets past Bernard King yet. I don't think he gets past oh my God, who's the guy?
Clyde Walt Frazier. Until somebody brings a ring to New York, Clyde is always going to be the king because he's the only one that bought a ring. You can't take that away from Clyde. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Patrick Ewing got big stats. Bernard King got big stats. But after Clyde, I think Jalen Brunson is that guy. He's taking us to the finals in the short time that he's been there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed that we can go to the finals. It's funny how all the people who say we haven't played nobody, but most of those people got beat by those teams that we swept.
Yes, it did.
But we didn't play nobody. And look, and the funny thing about it, as soon as they fired Tibbs last year, first thing was, what's going to happen to the Knicks? They should have never fired Tibbs. When we lost those 2 games in Atlanta, It was a big uproar. Haven't lost a game since. So shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to all the Boston fans. Shout out to all the Detroit fans. We love y'all.
I almost said something, but I almost let my hate shine. But I'm not gonna let my hate shine. Not today. That's
I know
today.
you're gonna do it on that thread. You're gonna do it on the thread in an hour.
I'm gonna do it
Right.
privately amongst us. I ain't gonna do it publicly in front of everybody. D Jones, talk to me. Tell me what you think about the Cleveland Cavaliers effort and the Cleveland Cavaliers bowing out to the Knicks, because I'll say this, D Jones, that was the worst effort I've ever seen in the Eastern Conference Finals ever, all time, hands down to me. But what's your take, D Jones?
What effort they gave up in game one? Once they gave up that lead, it was
Yeah,
wrap.
it was over.
They
It was
didn't
over.
show up
Yeah,
for
it was.
3 games in 3.5 quarters. They just,
Yeah.
I think they was tired. They played 2 game 7 series, and I still think the Knicks would have whooped them even if they wasn't tired. I think the Cavs, you're not gonna win a championship with James Harden on your team at all. And let me say this. Congratulations, Mo. I'm not a hater. Congratulations. I don't have nothing against the Knicks. It's the fans that be there that really piss me off. And they be a bing bong and all that bull. That's what really pissed me off. But congratulations, Mo. I like to see people winning, bro. I hope y'all win. That's a whole nother conversation. But congratulations. I'm curious to know, and maybe we can do this another day, the top 5 Knicks of all time.
That's easy. But Jay, talk to me about the Knicks sweeping the Cavs. And then also, I want to add you, Jay. I saw about an hour ago that the Cavs are extending James Harden. I almost had a car accident. I was driving.
What? They're extending him?
Yeah, they're extending him. I literally saw that not even an hour ago. White chocolate. Hold on, let me bring white chocolate in. White chocolate, can you please check on that? I just saw the news that the Cavs are extending James Harden, so you can tell it with the details and everything else. Can you talk about that? All right, white chocolate.
I know that Harden had to play
give me
option.
some.
Both of y'all can't talk at the same time. Say it one more time. Go ahead.
Whatever Cleveland is smoking, give me some.
Okay, go ahead, Jay. The floor is yours, bro. I'm gonna take white chocolate out. The floor is yours. Talk to me about this is a fact. I literally saw that on the way you're going to Cambridge. I saw that the Cavs are extending James Harden. I saw Basham said that, which I baffled by. And talk to me about the Knicks defeating the Cavs, because if you ask me, James Harden's the reason why they lost the series. But
you can make that argument. Okay, now I knew that Harden had the player option. You know what I'm saying? You know, to opt in for next season. So, but if they extended him, then that feels to me like maybe they gave their word that they would extend him before they did the trade.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it feels like, so they got to make good on the promise that they made, or their name is mud, when it comes to doing these types of deals in the future. But I can't see a scenario where they watched the way that he played for them and felt like this is a guy that we want to extend at like 45, 50 million a year.
Right.
I don't know how they arrived at that. But to me, and we talked about this on the thread, we all said that once Cleveland blew that game 1, when they were up by 22 points.
That was it. Yeah.
With a little less than 8 minutes. We was like, I felt like Cleveland was probably going to win like 1 game in the series, to be honest. But when they lost that one, we all said they getting swept.
Yep.
Because that's taking their heart out, and you can't recover from that. And they had the Knicks down, and they didn't take advantage, and we just knew it was going to happen after that.
So, Mo, Kenny Atkinson is returning as the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers for a 3rd season. What else do the Cavs need to do to be able to move forward and to be contending, or do they break the team up?
I think if they break the team up, they're going to wind up right back where they at now. The Knicks kept their team together. Boston kept their team together. Go back to Golden State was getting to be who they were. They kept their team together. You need to have a solid team. Even Detroit, they kept their team together. When you start breaking stuff up, you got to bring in new players, new roles, new attitudes. But if you got that same core, then keep it rolling and have faith in them and bring it and run it back again next year.
So, Mo, keeping Kenny Atkinson is a thing that they should do, is what you're saying?
I mean, if they get rid of him, I mean, his record he got a good record with them. It was like 100 and something wins. He took them to the Eastern Conference Final. They got knocked out in the second round last year. Why not?
Okay. So D Jones, Cleveland is going on record. They're having Kenny Atkinson returning as Cavs head coach. Should the Cavs break the team up, and are they going in the right direction by keeping Kenny Atkinson as the head coach?
Yes and yes. So one, let's say this. The reason the Knicks won, and I was wrong, it was Mike Brown, bro. He outcoached everybody.
Yeah, he did. He
outcoached everybody, man. I got to give him his praise because I was wrong. Two, Mo is wrong. Talking about they need to keep their core. Bro, everybody on the Knicks came from another team. Maybe not Josh Hart, but everybody on that Knicks team came from somebody else.
No, but they've been there for 3 years.
I understand that, but maybe it's time for them to do the same thing. Them cats been there for a while. Except for, man, you know what I'm saying? I would keep Donovan and then see what I can get with everybody else because they're not gonna win with that core. They soft. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know. He's not a bad coach. You know what I'm saying? I think they can win with him, but I don't know if they listen to him. Mm-hmm. But I say, besides Donovan, I can let most of them cats go and see what I can get.
So Jay,
it's gonna be LeBron, by the way.
Kenny Atkinson is returning as the Cavs head coach, right? I'm going to ask you a different question than I asked these two guys. Will that trade that Minnesota made with Karl-Anthony Towns be viewed looking back at it now as a bad trade for Minnesota? And should they regret making that trade, or they got what their trade was worth right now because they accomplished their goal right now, just get to the finals? Like, how you view that trade now looking back at it? You know what I mean?
That trade looked like the Knicks stole that dude right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cat was always good, but the question was whether or not he had enough heart, you know what I'm saying, you know, to be a championship player. So they chose Ant. And think about who the Knicks had to give up to get him. They gave up DiVincenzo
and Julius Randle,
and it was somebody else that they gave up. So basically, they gave up nothing.
DiVincenzo. They gave up that DiVincenzo too.
Right. Yeah. Right. But I want to say it was 3 players involved in that trade, you know, for Cat.
Yeah, well, those are 3. You named the 3.
You said DiVincenzo.
No, I said DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo.
There was a third one.
Julius Randle, and there was a third player.
And Hartenstein.
No, Hartenstein signed with
OKC.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It was 3 players. It was 3 players.
Yeah, it was a third player.
I don't like chocolate.
Bootyman Bucks.
And it's looking like a bargain. Like, they're talking about this last night, you know, when the Knicks signed Jalen Brunson from Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him, like almost $40 million. People are like, why you give that money to Brunson?
Mm-hmm.
Brunson looking like a real steal right now, ain't he? So, I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but the Knicks front office built a masterful team.
Yeah, but Dallas is looking really bad too, Jay. Like they got rid of Luka and Jalen Brunson. They had both of those dudes right now. Now, I mean, we could talk about that at another time. But
but y'all know I don't like Luka.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like they won.
I don't like them either. But you have both of those dudes, both of them in your backcourt right now, running your team. You had both of them. So,
but you ain't going nowhere with them because Luka ball dominant, Brunson ball dominant. They can't play together. You know what I'm saying? And then, to me, Cooper Flag is a significant upgrade over Luka in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, I mean, listen, I mean, Luka's talented, man, but he's just too inefficient for me as a player. But the Knicks look like geniuses right now. I mean, they built that team. I mean, who knew about OG Anunoby?
I did.
You did.
Anunoby!
So,
think about that, man. And they went and made this trade, to seem crazy with Brooklyn to bring in Bridges. And I can't tell you the draft pick that, that the Nets got, in exchange for Bridges. I tell you what, they ain't helping them much, whoever it was. So they built a masterful team. I don't care what nobody say. The Knicks going to be a hard out, man, for whoever they play in the next round.
So Brian Windhorst, not Shams, Brian Windhorst is the one who reported that James Harden is resigning and extending again with Cleveland
Oh
Cavaliers.
my God.
Brian Windhorst is the one who reported that because White Chalk was up there looking for it. He can't find it. So he probably was looking in the shams, but it's Brian Windhorst is reporting it. So the team is planning to sign James Harden to a long-term deal to stay in Cleveland. They are
my God.
a team. I believe their plan is to be a James Harden going. What I believe their plan is to be that James Harden is going to opt out of this contract and sign a new contract. Is what Windhorst
Yeah,
said.
that's what they said. He's going to opt out, sign a new contract, so they'll give them more money because either they're going to try for LeBron, which he ain't going to play for $3 million, or they're going to be in the Giannis, or they might put Mobley on the block and trade him.
See,
is he playing for less money?
That's what they're hoping. But here's the thing: LeBron is playing for the Lakers right now for $51 million. Like
He ain't taking less than that.
He's not taking less than $50 million to come. He's not doing that. So
And he shouldn't.
And I wouldn't either. And you can't expect him. So if you're expecting him to come to Cleveland for $3 million, you're crazy. Yeah. But here's the next thing I want to talk about. Since we're talking about since Jay made that comment, they're gonna be tough out, which I don't agree at all. Let me ask you, Mo, who will the Knicks face? Now, for the record, I want all you guys to know I hate the Knicks, but I want the Knicks to win more than I want San Antonio or OKC. And here's the reason why. Because if OKC wins or San Antonio wins, we are right now, and I was talking to my boy Kev about this today, we are in the transition of where flopping and that type of play is becoming rampant in the league. And I think if OKC wins, it's going to be ridiculous. That's the reason why I don't want either one of them to win. So out of all three of those teams that I hate, even much as I hate the Knicks, I'd rather have that because how Golden State changed the league. And now when Celtics won, they changed it all. I mean, Celtics followed them, Golden State, with this 3-point shooting and the way, all that's happening. Mo, I'm thinking this was going to happen too. So the question I'm going to leave to you, Mo, is who do you think the Knicks will face? And do you think if the OKC or San Antonio wins, will the style of play go that way or will it go the way the Knicks are playing if the Knicks win?
I think the flopping thing's been going on forever, man.
But hear me, Mo. I'm not saying it's not the flopping thing. I'm saying the style of play where it's excessive. Yes, the flopping's been there, but the way OKC is playing, it's more than excessive, bro. It's ridiculous.
I think OKC is going to put up a good fight, but they're starting with second string players. And I don't think they can take out San Antonio with the players that they got. They can put up a good fight, but I think in the end, San Antonio is going to take the West.
Yeah, okay. So
I got that right there.
So what do you think about the style of play? Do you think it will, if the Knicks win, it'll go more along the way the Knicks are playing? Or
it'll go more along the way the Knicks are playing because the Knicks are playing. I mean, I was watching the Knicks, and not because I'm a Knicks fan. When I was watching last night, like, it was one dribble, 1-2, it was 2-3 passes, and they were down court. Mm-hmm. There was no ball, like consistent dribbling, 6 seconds on one person. It was like one dribble, pass, and then.
But Mo, honestly, that was the effort of Cleveland. They saw wide open. The Cleveland wasn't playing no defense. They saw the opportunity. Anybody did that. But what the Knicks played different was the way Mike Brown coached. And Mike Brown was getting them boys to move the ball and scoring. So
yeah. And another thing I heard say too, Mike Brown been fired 2 times by Cleveland, so he really wanted that.
Yeah, he really did. D. Jones, talk to me. Do you think the Knicks? First of all, who do you think the Knicks are going to face? And if the Knicks win the NBA championship, will the NBA stop following behind the way the Knicks play? Or if San Antonio or OKC win, do you think that the style of play will follow more behind the way they play? What you think, D. Jones?
So, the first question was who I think. I still got OKC winning. I still think, minus the flopping, Shea is cold-blooded. Okay, yeah. And I don't think San Antonio, like I said before, you got to go through some adversity, and I think this is San Antonio's adversity, and then maybe next year will be their time, because the Knicks went through it, OKC went through it to get there. The style of play by the Knicks only changed in the playoffs. They put the ball in Cat hands, and he's the primary passer now, because when it was Jalen Brunson, he was ball dominant. Dribble, and doing the same flopping that Shea do. Like them two, this was gonna be the flop fest before they switched their style of play. I hated watching both of them. I don't know if Mo gonna admit it, but Jalen Brunson used to flop all the time as well. And I think it still might be the flop fest if they go back to Jalen Brunson being the ball dominant player that he is. But I got the Knicks and I got OKC, and it's gonna be flop fest.
All right, so Jay, you got the same question, and I wanted to see what your thoughts are about the style of play. First of all, who do you think the Knicks will face? Because they're sitting there waiting. And do you think the style of play will lean more towards New York or with one of the teams in the West with the way they stay? And I think you understand what I'm saying, but the style of play too. Also, I think you get it too.
Yeah. I think that San Antonio is gonna win that series.
I do too. Yeah.
They got the best player in the series, and it's just the dogged way that they compete. Like OKC, I mean, it's not that they don't compete. I don't think that they're used to having to go against dogs every night. And Chet whole soul been snatched by Wemby. Like Chet looks like a shell of himself out there, man. I mean, because he's like used to being the tallest person on the court, the most skilled dude, and Wemby's like, no, you not. You know what I'm saying? So I think Chet's confidence is down, and people forget Jalen Williams is hurt with the hamstring, and that's a tricky thing. And then you got what's his name? Ajay Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's down. He was a number one bench scorer. So when you're down two key players like that, I don't know how you beat San Antonio. I just don't think they can do it. And honestly, if OKC should get past San Antonio, I think those two players being hurt, even if they come back, they're not nearly healthy. And that opens the door for the Knicks, man, take advantage of them too.
Okay, so that leads me to the next question, because everybody's talking about this, Mo. The suitors for Giannis is the list is growing because everybody's talking about maybe OKC in case they lose, they should make a play for Giannis next season. But the suitors, I don't even know if you saw this, Mo, but the list of people right now who are saying that they're going to want to put their ring in the hat to get Giannis is now grown. And I even saw a couple of articles on this. You got the Sixers, the Magic, the Raptors, the Rockets, the Hawks, Portland Trailblazers, the Cavaliers, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, besides the usual suspects of the Celtics in the mix. And I heard today even Houston Rockets up there more so too. So the question remains, out of all those teams, which team do you think sits best for Giannis, and which team do you think he realistically go to? Because some of these things, these articles, these people are writing don't even make mathematical sense to me. What's your take, Mo?
I don't seem to. Man. This Giannis thing is getting so complicated. I don't know where he might just stay in Milwaukee. I don't know. There's no telling where he's gonna wind up at. That's the hard, that right there is the hard one for me to even look at, answer. And I remember one time they asked Perkins about that. You know what he said? He don't care. It's getting really annoying with Giannis this, Giannis that, Giannis. We haven't even gotten through the finals and more topic on where Giannis is going to be than what the finals are going to be.
Yeah, but you know what that is, no Mo? It's because if Giannis lands on a team like OKC and OKC loses, people are talking about that because then OKC, first of all, OKC has the picks to do it.
They do. They got the OKC has the most, I think, out of all the teams you mentioned, I think OKC has the most to give up. Because they got like picks going into like 2028, somebody at 2029. Yeah, they got some crazy like first round picks. But then again, it's mind boggling. I can see him going to Cleveland. I can't see that. But do Cleveland got what they got? They ain't got enough to get LeBron. And you definitely can't get.
The problem is with that. The reason why I think that's out the window now is because they're gonna get ready to re-sign James Harden. It was possible if they don't, unless they sign and trade James Harden.
No, but he's taking less. But they might do a sign and trade with Mobley.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
That's the big thing right there. They might get rid of Mobley.
But if they get rid of Mobley, they're done. Like Mobley is their core. So let me see what you think, D Jones. D Jones, the list again, like I said, the list of suitors for Giannis is growing. Some of this stuff doesn't even make mathematical sense to me. But like I said, you got the Sixers, the Magic, the Raptors, the Houston Rockets, who's picked up a lot of heat today, Atlanta Hawks, Portland Trail Blazers, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Minnesota Timberwolves. There's some teams that, again, like I said, don't make mathematical sense. But what's your take on this, D. Jones? Like, where do you think he will go? Because he's definitely not going to stay. People are talking about him staying. He's not going to stay. He's not going to stay in Milwaukee. What's your take, D. Jones?
If I can get Giannis for Evan Mobley, I take all 5 of his brothers as well. Bye. Atlanta sounds intriguing, but who you got to give up for him? Like, Atlanta got some good young pieces, but I'm sure Milwaukee gonna want them. The only team that makes sense to me is OKC, because you can have Jalen, Chet, and 2 or 3 picks. Because Chet ain't nothing. You buy. Give me Giannis and Shea. I'm about to win 3 more championships.
Yeah, but here's the thing about this, D. Jones, is they don't have to send over anybody. They can give them 3 first-round picks.
Yes, they do, because the money got to match.
Yeah,
I forgot about that part. You're right. The
That's
money
why I
got to
said
match.
Jalen,
Unless they
Chet,
do a signing
Giannis.
thing, huh?
Jalen, Chet for Giannis and his 2 brothers, I'm taking it.
But see, White Chocolate, do me a favor and look up who's making a lot of money right now, because OKC got a lot of people
They just re-signed Jalen too.
Yeah, OKC got a lot of players that are still under that barrier of not making a lot of money yet. They still haven't even hit that gap yet. So, yeah, Jay, you're right. They got to make the money match, but the only way they make that money match is they got to get rid of a grip of players. You know what I mean? So, Jay, that leads me to you. Where do you see him landing at? Because OKC can give away 2 or 3 first-round picks, but they got to. You're right. They got to give up some players to make the money match because of that ridiculous contract he got. Again, it's the Sixers, the Magic, the Raptors, the Rockets. It's probably going to be the Rockets if it makes sense. Atlanta Hawks, Portland Trail Blazers, Cleveland Cavaliers, or Minnesota Timberwolves. It could be the Timberwolves too if they give up Julius Randle because he's making a grip too. What's your take on that, Jay? Filmmaker Jason Hayes.
Well, they just re-upped Chet, so he's making $41 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get Giannis for Chet, then I'm gonna see you, Chet. Sorry, love you, but you gotta go. Because they already got Shea. They're sitting on a ton of draft picks. They always draft well, so you gotta feel like you can kind of get another player. You know what I'm saying? You know, to make up, for what you're losing, with the youth of Chet, to kind of make that run right now, because Giannis is a really good defensive player. He's better than Chet. And Chet, plays good defense himself. So to me, OKC makes the most sense because they have the picks and the ability to give up a really good player in exchange to get Giannis and still have the draft pick capital to rebuild to fill whatever that hole is. But everybody else, I don't know how they do it. If Philly's serious, then Philly has to give up Maxey. And I don't see how they get better if they got to trade Maxey to get Giannis.
You just stole my thunder on something, Jay.
What's that?
My thunder, I was going to say that nobody's talking about, that maybe it's my Pelican Brief idea, is I think what makes sense for Milwaukee to trade him is if they trade him for a center and then Giannis moves to the center position. And then if it's Philly, then they get rid of Embiid. You know what I mean? Embiid and a couple of draft picks. That makes sense to, obviously for Philly to get better. I just don't know if Milwaukee want Embiid.
They don't.
But they just signed Miles Turner.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't know if they'd want him because of obviously that. But in order to win in the league now, because of what OKC did and what San Antonio's about to do, you got to have double bigs. You got to play double bigs. You're not going to win with one big because San Antonio's about to win the NBA championship doing double bigs. OKC just did that. I'm just saying. You can laugh, Mo. You can laugh, Mo. But I would tell you this: either team, if it's OKC or San Antonio, they're going to do double bigs, and they're going to be a problem for either anybody.
But wait. You have New York and got 2 bigs.
They do have 2 bigs, but do they really have the 2 bigs play good together at the same time?
They've done it. We've done it already. As a matter of fact, we don't need double bigs to win it.
Okay, we'll see. Listen. I'm on your side this time. I'm on side of the orange, and I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks, but I'm on your side.
But I'll say this though, Frank. I don't think that Milwaukee is keen on trading him inside the Eastern Conference.
I 100%. I think
so. To me, Philly's out, Boston's out. Anybody else? The Eastern Conference. I
hope Boston's out because on Boston radio, that's all I hear all day long is these fools want to trade Jaylen Brown for young. Like it drives me insane. I want to call up there and
I
scream.
wouldn't make that trade.
But you know what? You know what kills me out of all this? Because I like Jaylen Brown, Mobley for Cleveland. You want to trade perfectly healthy, damn near every game of the season players for somebody who is suspect.
I wouldn't do it either, but they want to do that.
Physically, I'm not saying on the court he's dominant and he takes your team to another level. But when is he going to get on the court? And is he going to be there for majority of the season? Is he going to be there during the playoff run? He gets hurt too much.
He does. White Chocolate, tell everybody what you just wrote. Tell everybody what you just wrote.
Okay, and I didn't realize this doesn't count next year, but starting in 2026-27 season, both Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams have the same exact contracts. They're both going to make $44 million in 27-28, $47 million in 28-29, $51 million in 29-30, and $54 million in 30-31. And then SGA, I just looked real quick, starting in 2027-28, it's going to have 60, followed by 65, followed by 75. So they got a lot of money tied up in three guys.
It starts in September for a lot of those guys. Yes, that's what we're looking at. All right, so that's the problem that I'm having right now with the situation of these guys, of the contracts and everything else, because I don't know where he's gonna go, Mo, but he's gonna go somewhere. He's gonna go somewhere. So thanks, White Chocolate. I'm gonna take you out for this. Actually, take yourself out. Yeah, and I'll move on to the next story.
So Frank, really quickly, hearing that makes it sound like OKC might be even more of a contender for him now, because Chet's younger and Jalen's younger, so they're more likely to be around for those 5-6 years. Giannis might be out after like 3 seasons, 4 seasons at the most.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and they ain't got to be committed to that money beyond that. So
and it sounds like OKC is the most most certain place he will land, because they have so many draft picks when he
and they got the draft capital.
Yeah, they okay. We keep continuing to move on. All right, Mo, let me move on to the next story and everything else. I'm gonna jump back to the OK series in a second, but Jeff Van Gundy is a finalist for the Portland Trail Blazers opening. I don't know if you heard this or not, Mo, but he might be coming back to coaching. What's your take on this, Mo? When you hear about this?
Good for him. Good for him. I'm always a Jeff Van. Come on, man. You can't be how you not like somebody to hold on to Alonzo Mourning's leg in the middle of a brawl.
That's how I see him, though, Mo.
You know that when
he had to come over then. He had to come over.
When I was at TD Garden, I seen him a few times. I just wasn't allowed to speak to him. But I'm a big Jeff Van Gundy fan, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing was he just couldn't get it done with the play that he had. But great basketball mind. Came into Boston to help them with that run that they made when they won the chip. I was upset when they took him and Mark Jackson off the air. Portland, and listen, and with Dame coming back, Portland they really weren't no slouch. They were just missing Dame, and that's it. Portland's gonna be something to look at next year in the West.
All right, so that brings me to you, D Jones, because here's the thing. It's clear that Portland's already moving on from their coach who's under federal investigation, Chauncey Billups. It's clear that, and it's clear that also Jeff Van Gundy is a finalist because Portland's looking past Chauncey and everything else. But is Jeff Van Gundy a good person for you to take over as head coach, or is he too old to deal with these young boys? What you think, D Jones?
I think their owner's cheap. He going the cheapest route he can find. I don't see him, Dame, and Scoot Henderson being in the same locker room, in the same practices together. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's a bad idea. They should keep the coach they got now and just upgrade the roster. He took them from nothing. We never knew Portland was going to make it to the playoffs.
Right. All right. So, filmmaker Jason Hayes, what's your take on that, bro?
It's beautiful, to watch D Jones skirt the Chauncey Billups element to this discussion. Anybody else? It's been 15 minutes on that coach being caught up in gambling stuff. Yeah. Listen, I agree with D Jones. This dude is cheap. He's cost cutting. Any place that he can. Van Gundy just wants to work at this point. So he'll probably work, for a couple less dollars, than trying to get somebody else in there, but maybe not. But for me, I think the game may have passed Van Gundy by. I don't think, that he's the best dude, to be handling these youngsters right now, man. I mean, hell, I can't deal with them, and I'm younger than Van Gundy. So it'll be interesting, to see what they look like, because I'm not sure who said it. Maybe it was Mo, but that coach did a really good job. So I don't know why you wouldn't just sign that dude, to at least like a 2 or 3 year deal that's reasonable, and see if you can run it back next season.
100%.
No, it was me. He said Van Gundy. I said the coach.
I say take Van Gundy. I miss, maybe it's my New York side, but I like Van Gundy.
All right, so
that's what it is.
Let's talk about some of this NFL news, because it's been stacking up on me and we haven't gotten to it. And I want to jump into it real fast. Then we're going to come back to the NBA and baseball and stuff like that. But let me just first throw you out there. I don't know if you guys heard this and everything else, but Matthew Stafford is, first of all, Matthew Stafford is getting another lucrative extension. The Rams announced last week that the 38-year-old quarterback just signed a 1-year extension through 2027, is reportedly worth $55 million with the max of $60 million right now. Let's not forget, for those of you sitting at home, he's fresh off an MVP season. What's your take on this, Mo?
You said the key words, fresh off an MVP season. Right. I mean, that's the key word right there. And it's not like he didn't bring them a chip not too long ago. What was it, 2 years ago? Or that was it? What? So I mean, and here's another thing. Who else they got out there to make sure they got a quarterback? It's hard to get a quarterback these days. Ask Pittsburgh.
I agree with that 100%. D. Jones, what's your take on Matthew Stafford signing his extension on this?
He's there to coach that rookie. I think that's what he's there for now. Because I don't see him being elite. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Drew Brees. I think he's just there. He's gonna do great this season. They might even win the Super Bowl or get there, because we know who's gonna win. But they might get there. But he's there to really be the coach of their future quarterback.
No, filmmaker Jason Hayes. We talk about Matthew Stafford. This is a lot of money, Jay. At the end of the day, I don't know too many QBs who are getting $60 million. You know what I mean? but he is. Fresh off an MVP season. What's your take?
Matthew Stafford has over 64,000 passing yards, man. He's currently 6th all time in the NFL all time, and he's still playing at a peak level. Why? Because he's a reigning Super Bowl MVP. So why wouldn't you pay that guy at least on a year-to-year basis? Because that way, you ain't got to give him a long-term contract. But this rookie they got out of Alabama, I think the GM is going to get fired behind drafting that guy.
You think so?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because the Rams were a couple plays away from being in the Super Bowl last year. And for you to waste your first-round pick on somebody that's a project player, you know what I'm saying? He might be something, he might not. He only played 1 year in college, as a starter at Alabama.
And the season before that, the Rams almost went to the Super Bowl again, too, because they were playing Philly in that snow thing, and they were one play away from getting there, too. So it's 2 seasons.
So why wouldn't you use that, that high draft pick to draft a legitimate player that can help the team now?
Right.
And then go get that guy later, because let me tell you, if Ty Simpson isn't what he thinks he is, he's out of a job, bro. Because that's a wasted pick.
I agree with that. White Chocolate wants to jump in on this. Tell me what your thoughts are with Stafford signing this huge extension. Even though it's 1 year, it's a lot of money, Steve. What's your take?
It's a good move for them. I mean, he's the MVP, and they're going to make the playoffs, and they have Puka Nacua. Their offense runs smooth with him there. It's a no-brainer as long as he's healthy and his back holds up. And the backup is Stetson Bennett, right? He's been there for 3 years now, right? He might be a bum. He's a backup. He might be a bum. But the other guy, Ty Simpson, is probably not going to overleap him. So you have a chance to learn behind a veteran for another couple of years in McVay's system. And I can't guarantee that they'll be good just because McVay's the head coach, but it bodes well for them to get the tutelage while they're there.
So Mo, let me just talk about the next thing. I don't know if you heard about this. We talked about this last week about the owners meeting for it moving to talking seriously, having a conversation about having an 18 game season. It looked like it might be sooner than we were all thinking about it right now. Which I don't like at all. Like I'm so far against this, man, because it makes more players get injured to me. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Mo, what's your take on this? NFL still discussing the 18 game season and it's about to become a reality for not this upcoming season, but it could be a reality for the following season. Mo, what's your take?
Yeah, like you just said, I'm not with it either. You know, because the injury is just too much, man. I mean, I'm still boggled by like this almost a game every day except on Tuesday. You know, injuries are gonna be piling up. You know, unnecessary injury. People are not going to be ready to have time to get ready for the game and then have to put on 2 more games. What, they're playing a 16 game season. Now they're going to play an 18 game season.
They're playing a season now, and they're going to play an 18 game season. Remember?
Yeah, I remember when they were talking about taking it to 16 or 17. Yeah. All the players didn't want to do that. It's too much. The owners are these NFL owners are doing too much, man. It's just too much for real. They need to scale back. But the only thing about it is, you know, they own the plantation.
Yeah, they do. So that means that they're going to call the shots. D. Jones, how are you feeling about the NFL having a serious conversation about this 18 game season and about to become a reality for the 27-28 season? What's your take, D. Jones?
It feels like that Will Ferrell skit on SNL when he came in there. It was like, you know what we need? More cowbell.
More cowbell.
This is more cowbell. We need more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell, baby. They're probably gonna give him an extra week of rest. Like they're gonna have to have 2 bye weeks. Have to. And it ain't like we ain't gonna watch, you know. And as a former gambler, it's gonna be really hard on me not to gamble. But I'm gonna lock in and not do it.
Former gambler.
Former.
Yeah.
When the last time you bet? No, let's ask. When the last time you bet, D?
We already know he bets all the time.
I don't. I didn't bet against. I didn't bet the game 5 or the game 3 against OKC in San Antonio.
He bet all the time. Jay, talk to me. What's your take on this discussion of 18 game season going on? What's your take?
I think we need to introduce a dictionary to show D what the definition of former means.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what Richard Pryor say? I stopped smoking cocaine. How long ago? 5 minutes ago.
I ain't bet all day. I ain't bet nothing all day.
All day. You're right. So you're a former right now until you do it again. Yeah. Man, listen. You know I'm on the record, Frank. I don't like this 18 game. I don't like the 17 game season. To be honest.
I don't either.
So to have them add like an additional game on top of the 17 game season, I don't like. It is so disrespectful to the players, man. You know, they are saying to every current player, past player, and future NFL player, we do not care about you.
Right.
We're gonna involve you in like 100 more car crashes a season for our own financial benefit. Your money's not gonna be great. We're not gonna guarantee more money necessarily moving forward, but we got to make this money. And if you get messed up in the process, so be it. I hate the idea. I hope they figure out a way to stop them from doing it, but we all know that they won't.
Steve, you got 30 seconds.
Not a fan of this at all. Don't like the 18 games for all the reasons you guys just said. It's not fair to the players, and it's overkill. And you know you can't watch them all. They're going to be on TV 5 days a week out of 7, and I don't know how you're going to keep up. It's insane. So it's all a money grab, and it's very frustrating. And I'm not a fan of it.
So that leads me to this story, Mo, which is crazy. Because of this news came out with the 18 game season, new head coach for the Tennessee Titans, Robert Saleh, says his starters will play all 3 preseason games. And if he's doing that, what's your take on what the other coaches will do? And what's your thought on what this coach is doing by saying all his starters will play all 3 preseason games?
I mean, what, they're going to play like 1 snap, 2 snaps, and then they're going to take them out. But I mean, I remember when preseason was like 4 or 5 games.
4 games. Preseason was 4 games for years.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd rather them play because after that, it's like the first 3 weeks of the season, we're watching preseason.
Right.
So I'd rather them play them.
But let me just use this as an example, Mo. You don't find people like Julian Edelman if you're playing all the starters in your preseason game, because Julian Edelman and a lot of play, he wasn't drafted, and people like that. It's even Puka Nacua. People like that are found during the preseason games as they're playing.
And I'm with that, but your starters play like the first quarter. And then your other 3 quarters is when you did your scouting, you did your testing, you do your trick plays, what can we do with this, that, and the other. That's why I'd rather see the preseason. That's what I remember from the preseason. First quarter is your starters, just so they can get ready for the regular season. And after that, you do your scouting.
Yeah, I didn't say what you're saying, but D. Jones, I'm gonna ask you what you think. I think it gives a chance for you to find that diamond in the rough. It gives you a less chance as a team to find that diamond in the rough, because if you're playing your starters more, you're not getting your chance for the guy. Because some guys might not play good that first series or second series, but then they start shining as they play more because they're getting more comfortable. What's your take, D. Jones?
You said Tennessee Titans. Them are all preseason players over there. They need to play everybody to see who good. Like, yeah, I'm not. If it was another team, I'd be like, hold on, man, back up. But we talking about the Tennessee Titans. All right, they need as many reps as they can get. They probably want to play 19 games. So,
That's terrible.
for the Tennessee Titans, yes. For every other team, maybe not the Jets, but for every other team, no, just play a series and get them on out of there. You don't want to get nobody hurt. And like you said, you want to see who's the diamond in the rough. But for Tennessee, yeah, I'm putting people in the concessions out there.
Jay, you understand my point, though? When you play, because starters shouldn't play. I don't care what nobody says. Starters shouldn't play in preseason, except maybe that last game and get ready to get built up for the first game of the season. But you find your really good players and your players who, again, diamond in the roughs by Dorrance, you see them play preseason games. That's what I think. What's your take on Robert Saleh playing his starters all 3 preseason games?
Okay, I'm going to say, I think that when he says he's going to play his players, that's a nebulous term. It could be 1 series. It could be 3 snaps. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's going to play them like a whole game or even a whole quarter, to be honest. So saying that they're going to play, I get him, especially like the piggyback D. Jones in Tennessee. They got to look at everybody, bro. He don't know what he got down there because they're terrible across the board. Even their quarterback that they took number 1 overall, we don't know if that dude's really good or not. So let's just see, what everything looks like, for a series or 2. And then, with preseason games being minimized, you almost have to play them because there's less opportunity to play them in game situations.
That's very true, too.
How do you even see what you have, even with your starters? So it's all a mess right now, man. But, we just got to get used to, like, this whole new way of them doing stuff.
So, Steve, you get the last word on this.
Is it possible that he did that and got the direction from the owner to put people in the seats for the preseason games? Because people are getting mad because none of the starters are playing. So you announce it now and be like, hey, I'm playing the starters. People will buy tickets. And then to you guys' point, you only have to play them for 3 snaps or a series and be like, yep, I played them. And then you made all that money. That's what I think it is.
There's one thing, though. I don't think anybody is like, some guys get incentives when they play, too. So, there's that, too. You know what I mean? So does that count in the preseason games versus the games? I don't know.
They need reps. They need reps, though, because when they start the season, because they're not playing like they used to when they had 4 preseason games, they're barely playing, and then the product, they look like crap.
That's what I'm saying.
Preseason tickets are generally way cheaper than regular season tickets.
Not around here.
So
they're the same price. Well, they don't slash the price for them.
No, they are cheaper. They're cheaper.
Around the country, preseason tickets, I guess outside of Boston, they're generally way cheaper. To get those. So shut your ass up and your broke ass buy some regular season tickets. You want to see starters? Go get you a regular season ticket package.
You want to hear something funny real quick? My wife, I told her that the Jaguars are playing the Patriots this year in Jacksonville, and she looked at the schedule and sent me a message on Messenger that the Jaguars are playing the Giants in Giants Stadium and asked if we could go in
Let's
November.
go.
I was like, no, you're
Let's
crazy.
go.
No.
I gotta get a ticket for that game now that you say that. I might go to that game.
Yeah, good luck with that. I ain't
Have
going
fun
to
with
that. Cold weather games. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I'm not doing that. Sitting in
I went years ago. We went. I mean, this is like the late '90s. This is when Mark Brunell and Jimmy Smith and them were still there, right? And they played the Giants in East Rutherford Stadium. It was probably like December. Man, that was the coldest experience of my life. Everything was numb. Hands, feet, my balls was was up in my chest, bro. It was so cold at night, man. So thinking about that, yeah, I'm gonna check the date on that.
I'll never do that again. Okay, I'm looking at the show, the time, and everything else. I want to talk about obviously OKC, but I don't have the time. OKC got a couple of injuries out for their next game, so it's going to be interesting. Jay did mention it that show. D Jones, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro. What you got going on?
313 D Jones. If the Tigers don't get it together, I'm gonna be pitching tomorrow. And come here,
doing worse.
It's still better than the Red Sox. It's still better than the Red Sox. Mo, tell everybody how they can follow you. What you got going on?
You can find me at www.knicksargonnatake.com. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. MOE_comic on Instagram.
You're saying that website's not up yet? That's what you're saying?
Whatever. We gonna win this chip. You know what the sad thing about it? If the Knicks win, the host of the Massachusetts is gonna be on suicide watch.
They probably will, because they won't believe it. They'll be like, this is a year we let get away. Jay,
Wait a minute. This is the worst sports year in Massachusetts. With the Super Bowl, the Red Sox, and the Celtics, and the Bruins.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay. Tell everybody how they can follow you.
Hey, them silly fingers on Boston, baby.
It's on them, baby.
Hey, follow me at JD Hayes over at fan base. And listen, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I want to see the Knicks win just so Boston can be in misery. Let's put that cherry on this doo-doo souffle of a sports season for these people.
Look, Frank froze already. Listen, just talking about the Knicks winning, he froze up. His whole screen froze up.
Listen, the last time the Knicks won, I looked like this.
Hey, yo, Frank is
was me last time.
Frank is frozen. The show is called Box Seats. We run every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7. Me, Maurice Smith, JD Hayes, filmmaker, DJ. Oh, Frank is back. Frank, did
you hear me? Did you hear me, Frank? The last time the Knicks won, I looked like this.
That's a good one.
That's all right.
That's
God.
all right. We out here, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Gotta go tomorrow and see y'all tomorrow.
Hey, what you need?